Warning. The following podcast may contain coarse language and/or adult themes. Listener discretion is advised. And if you're easily offended, just don't listen to it.
Hey, I'm Dovey.
I'm DJ. And I'm Grotsky. We are GawGamers.
Yay!
Yay! And this is our Season 1,
Episode 2
of the Gawcast.
Still wanting that.
Still pending title.
Drop a comment and tell us what we should be called. It'll
Yeah.
be good.
Something better than Gorecast. Has to be. If it's not, don't even bother commenting.
Or if we should just stick with that.
Stick with that.
So yeah, today's episode we are talking about
Australian shit.
Australians in video games. Being that it is pretty much
It is
Australia Day.
it is our Australia Day special.
Yeah.
We're going to go with. So the three things we're going to be talking about to do with Australia. I'm going to be talking about Australian actors, voice actors, that is, doing games that have gone across the world internationally and become popular and doing well for Australian voice actors. And Grottenheimer over here, he's going to be talking about Australian game developers.
Which pretty much they all bite the dust.
Don't give too much away at this point in time.
and I'm going to be looking at the R18 ratings, which have finally passed over here. Better late than never, I guess.
Although my parents still keep some things away from me because I am not old enough.
You're not mature
You're not
enough.
all there too.
Oh, that's what it is, the maturity level. That's the difference. I think I'm old enough. Am I old enough? I had to sing something.
And we're also going to be looking at 2013, the year to come in games. So
It's a big year. There's a lot coming this year. I don't know if you could say that it's bigger than last year.
it's a pretty big. That's a hard call, really.
I've had that call being made, and
Really?
I've laughed in their face.
Yeah, a lot of people have said, "Oh, it could be bigger." No, I don't know. It's hard to follow.
But we will see.
I reckon it'll be big. Be massive.
No.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes, no.
We shall see. We're going to talk about our favourite games that are going to be coming out and talk about the memories.
The memories. So yeah,
I guess we'll start off with the Australian shit. I mean, the Australian stuff. Being that Australian actors in games. Now, I've done a bit of research, and it looks like to me, to get into voice acting in games which become popular, you have to first be an actor, which is good, because I'm not one. The first one we're going to look at, the first actor we're going to look at, started off in Australian TV, a lot of Blue Heelers, The Man from Snowy River, and of course we're talking about the sexiest man alive, Hugh Jackman. He is probably one of the true triple threats. He can sing and dance and act.
Shit, he can do pretty much everything.
He can do everything I can't. So, someone to emulate.
he's making us Aussies look good.
Damn right.
Of course, he's been in a lot of Hollywood movies, including X-Men, Van Helsing, Real Steel, which is a good one. I like that one.
Yeah, me too.
And of course, been on stage, very popular with Oklahoma when he was first starting out, and The Boy from Oz, which was a rip-roaring.
Just check out the list of things he's done. It's phenomenal.
It's immense. I had to write down little things because it was just too much for my brain, my tiny, tiny brain to comprehend. We're going to look at his first game that he was featured in, because he was actually featured in the film Happy Feet as well. Came out in 2006. He was Memphis, which is Mumble, the main character's dad. He drops the egg, which is really good.
So it's pretty good that they actually got him to do the same part
In the game, yeah.
in the game. Not
Not
enough games sort of do that. They get imitation actors. And
Which
sometimes you can't
you can tell. It just makes the experience a lot worse. Especially if you really like the movie and you're like, oh, I'm going to go get this game because this movie was awesome. Or they don't do voicing at all, and it's just like, wah, 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 wah. It's like Peanuts talking to the parents. Wah, 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 wah.
On the Back to the Future games, I don't know if you guys played it, but by Telltale Games,
Yeah.
the guy that does Michael J. Fox voice is spot on.
Yeah, he actually did that really
What
well.
about Professor?
That was actually
That was
Christopher Lloyd.
actually Chris.
Was it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's nice.
It's actually good. It's a really good game, actually, that one.
Yeah, it is.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
Way I see it, if you're going to build a time machine into a car, why not do it with some style? Besides, the stainless steel construction made the flux dispersal. Look out!
Great.
But as a general rule, movie tie-in games are usually pretty terrible.
Yeah, because this one was
This one was made afterwards.
yeah,
It's
it was
not really
based after.
tie-in.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, whenever games come out, like big action movies, and the games come out to go with them, they're usually pretty terrible.
As a rule,
As a general rule, they're usually pretty terrible.
I'm going to take it.
It's true.
Daryl speaking gospel right there.
Singing to the choir.
Singing to... What
Preaching to the choir.
Where's the choir? It's in the garden shed over there.
You just can't hear them.
Of course, that Happy Feet game came out on the Wii. I don't know how it came out on the Wii and the PS2, but that would have been nice. And then the GameCube. So it was a while ago.
Yeah, I was going to say.
2006 was a while ago. Of course, Hugh Jackman's biggest role, probably in video gaming, is one of his best-known roles in general is Wolverine.
Yeah.
Got James Logan there, which he can't remember. That's his name, but
Good old Logan. He remembers his name.
he can't remember his background. That's
Yeah.
what.
Actually, the game that came out with Origins Wolverine, the game was actually not too bad. A bit bloodthirsty, but
As you like it, I say.
yeah.
I over the years, starting in 1991, the first Wolverine game came out on the NES, which was a freaking long time ago. And yeah, over the years you've had Wolverine, Adamantium Rage, X-Men, Wolverine's Rage, Wolverine X2, Wolverine's Revenge.
Did you actually
That one
voice
was
in
alright.
those?
I'm getting to that. Will you just...
Well, I just haven't heard most of them.
Grotmaster 3000, will you just hold your horses?
Oh man, someone's cruising for a bruising.
I hope it's me. I really do. And then, of course, we get to 2006 as well, which was the same year that Happy Feet came out. X-Men, the official game, which was where Hugh Jackman first voiced Wolverine. That was a pretty big hit. The
Which
official
one was
game. X-Men, the official game. Came out in
Origins,
GameCube, and Game Boy Advance, the DS, and on PC. And then, obviously, the next one was X-Men Origins, which Daryl was talking about before.
Which was actually a prequel to the movie,
Came out 2009.
which was why it didn't suck.
So you played a fair bit of it?
Didn't finish it, but yeah, I played a fair bit of it. Got pretty close to the end, actually. I can't remember if I finished it or not.
How was Hugh's performance?
Like in the movie. Sounded just like him.
That's funny, that.
No, it was good. It made, you know, those cheesy flashback kind of scenes most games have. They sound terribly voice acted. He actually did them really well.
He is a good actor.
He's good.
Legendary.
Legendary! The next actor I'm going to look at is Yvonne Strahovski.
Who's that?
That's a pretty cool name, isn't it? You'll probably remember her best for playing the cast of Miranda Lawson
Oh,
in Mass Effect 2 and have been in 3.
I remember that ass quote.
Say what now?
Huh?
I'm sure that sex scene was the only reason Daryl played that game.
Oh,
Like,
I wasn't the one.
I could see that.
I wasn't the one who chose Miranda. Just saying.
like, I googled and that's all I got. Miranda Lawson romance. Miranda Lawson romance scenes. And the sex scene, of
Yeah.
course.
Because some people have nothing better to do. See, I like the game for the story. That's just a bonus for me. I don't go play the game just for that.
And obviously, just like Hugh, she started out in Australian drama on Channel 9 or some shit like that. Headland, she was in that Australian drama, but then she sort of broke free into the Hollywood market. She was in Chuck. Do you remember that action comedy where the dude accidentally stumbled on the NSA, I think it is, files?
Yeah.
And then pretty much turned into a spy. And she was also in a fair few episodes of Dexter. Movies, she played a movie called Gone. It's a psychological thriller set in the Australian outback. I have never watched it, but... Gone. Just gone. Like that joke. Just gone. And obviously, Mass Effect 2, she came out on that game. What time did that Mass Effect? 2010, I believe.
I never played it when it first came out.
Came out on the PC, Xbox 360, and later on the PS3. Ah, that's right. The Xbox 360 version came out in January of 2010, and the PS3 version came out in January of 2011. Bit of a jump there. Where between that though, she did a game called The Third Birthday. Yes, sounds familiar. She played Aya Brea, and the PSP version of it's a 10 years after Parasite Eve.
Good old Parasite Eve. I love that. I used to love that.
A classic game on its own.
All I remember is the second one.
Yeah, same.
And
I knew the first one, but I never played it.
Huge boss at the end.
Actually, there are a few massive bosses.
Is there? Or
yeah.
the one where the inn is or something, where
at the motel.
Yeah.
And walks down
I think it was
the street.
like a giant baby or something. I can't really remember.
Yeah. That
God, I was like
boss was
I was like 10 years old when I was playing it.
I think the Third Birthday was based 10 years and was also brought out 10 years after the original Parasite Eve. I remember being on the original PlayStation.
Yeah.
That's about all the information I've got.
Yeah.
Because my
the controls
uncle used to
were
play.
horrid.
Yeah.
It was very Resident Evil.
With worse camera angles.
I don't know if that's possible, but because it had the psychic powers, the controls were a bit off.
And then, of course, in 2012, Mass Effect 3 came out, which she had a small role. Because Daryl's got some beef with Mass Effect 3.
Not that much. Just that
the characters.
They cut out a lot of the characters in the second one, and they were some of the best characters.
Like
Krogan.
Krogan's still
What's his name?
Grunt.
Grunt, yeah.
Yeah, Grunt was good. Like
the elusive Grunt.
The elusive Grunt. Morden, Miranda, they were great characters. Only in the second one they got small parts. Legion was awesome. Small parts.
We are one.
We are Legion, or we are many. But yeah, no, that was good though. What else was she in?
So that was it. She's been in Mass Effect and the Parasite Eve.
Okay. Next.
So that was Yvonne Strahovski. No, you can try to spell that if you like.
I don't even know how the hell you pronounce that.
Strahovski. She actually changed her name to be spelt phonetically how her actual name was. Her parents came from Poland.
Okay.
And
so they spelt it so that Australians can say it.
Yeah, because how it was spelt before is like twice as long as this.
Wow. It's
an effort. It's
really
fact. Big. And the next one I'm going to be looking at is one of my favourites, just for one reason probably, as Claudia Black. Now I say it's one of my favourites because I freaking loved the TV series Farscape. I don't care what you say. She played Aaron's son in that. And I loved it. It was the aliens and Crichton. And
I can't say I ever really watched that. I wanted to get into it, but I never really did.
Now
I actually never seen it.
This series is from like 1999
pat on the back for me.
to 2003, and Adam does not get a pat on the back, or even Grotsky, or even. It was a long time ago, being 99, which I struggled sometimes to think, oh, that's only like 10 years ago. 10 years is a long freaking time.
Yeah.
She's also been in Stargate, like The Ark of Truth and Continuum, which is big in the geek sector. She played
I like
Sharon
that.
Montgomery in Pitch Black.
I like how you call that sector. The geek sector.
Yeah.
Because it's just not geeky in itself at all.
No, I just call it like spacey.
Geek space.
So she's been a fair actor in its own self, but I'm just going to list off a couple of the games that she's been in. We'll go from the bottom. Of course, Farscape the game. I never played it, but I'm going to freaking look for it now. She played Artemis in God of War.
That's pretty cool.
Helena in Crisis. Chloe Fraser in Uncharted 2 and 3. What are the other ones? Samantha Byrne in Gears of War 3. Uncharted 3, of course. And Diablo 3 as well. How do you say that again, Dale?
I think it's Sadea.
Sadea. He's played through the game, doesn't know what that...
I can't remember that character. It's been a while since I played it.
But she has touched most of the pies here. She is...
There's about 20 games listed there, at least.
Have a look at it. It is epic. And you
Claudia Black.
Claudia Black. She is the third and final of my I am proud of you Aussie voice actors and actors in general, because you apparently can't do one without the other, or being sexy. So if you're not sexy, don't do any voice acting. But that doesn't make sense. Okay, that was my bit, and now we're going to Grotmaster 3000.
Krotsky.
What have you got? I'll call him whatever I like.
I wasn't correcting you. I was telling him.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
What are you talking about again?
Game developers.
Game developers.
Yes.
Oh,
Australian
yes.
game developers.
The sad, sad story that is.
Yes. It's very sad. We actually don't do pretty good in Australia.
They
Sad to say.
That dollar. That dollar is too big, so overseas don't find it profitable.
It's possible. I didn't actually read about that.
That's nice. Okay.
Anyway, all I know is we're getting $20 million fund from the federal government to help us out.
Jesus.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I don't know if that's selective few, but
That is very
Probably the big ones, you would say. The ones with big
Yeah.
titles.
I mean,
that
a lot of people say to get into animating and the games industry, to go to Australia, to come to like Queensland and stuff. It's really big, especially if you're going to learn it, I guess. But yeah,
the
so
schools more so.
Yeah, no, I thought there was a few people starting up, but maybe that's just what I've heard
On the grapevine.
on the grapevine.
there's always game companies getting started up. But
True. We know a few local ones.
It's just
The
the
independent ones.
starting point of it, getting the game out there.
Yeah,
Especially indie game developers, they're the ones that need to be looked at.
The
Because
ones we can
they're
try
the
and help.
future. Eventually.
Indie games are the future.
Well, Odd Games is like, their game is awesome. And it just looks like a console game.
yeah, and didn't they have a
And
news,
it's on an iPhone.
didn't they have a news post not long ago?
They
It's
did,
still in the
they-
top 10 for like the third week running.
Or it got back into the top 10, I
Yeah,
believe.
something like that.
Something.
And
It's
they've also had
consistently in like the top 200 games or something, like on all iPhone devices.
and good news, they've had some updates lately with their wheel strength has gone up. Great job.
That was a thumbs up for those who can't see it.
And they're actually developing a new game, but we won't talk about that in this episode.
Ooh.
Anyway, we've interrupted you enough.
Yeah, but anyway, Team Bondi, huge company.
Yep.
Huge
I know this
company.
one.
Had Rockstar funding. The Rockstar actually was helping them out and everything. These guys developed LA Noire. I hope I said that right.
Yes.
We had this last time.
Yes, I did actually look that up. It is pronounced Noir.
Noir?
Noire.
Noir.
Yes.
Okay.
Keep going.
Yeah, anyway, Team Bondi got liquidated because they were stupid. I admit they're pretty dumb.
What did they do? Sorry, I could
They
have said
didn't-
that weird. What
They
did
didn't,
they do?
they didn't credit enough people. So many people worked on it,
Yeah.
and they didn't put them in the credits, and people got upset.
Which is a shame because they really pushed forward the whole facial motion capture
Yeah,
technology.
It was great. It was
And
like
it was-
one of
it was
the
a
biggest.
really good
It was
game.
the biggest game in Australia. like in production anyway.
Due to lack of crediting on their behalf, they just sort of got into a lot of strife with legal issues.
Yep, and then more people that actually worked for the company came forward and said they overworked, saying they did like 100-hour weeks. Who knows if that's true, but
Now you know why game credits are like
very important. And
an hour long.
Rockstar found out and they just dropped everything and said, "See you later. We don't want nothing to do with you."
Well, they've got a lot of at stake. They're
That's,
a pretty big company.
I think that is a shame, though.
And then Team Bondi was actually wanted to make another game, but they couldn't find a publisher,
Oh, yeah.
because I think it was because Rockstar Games was actually like the publisher trying to.
Yeah.
So they were trying to find another publisher, but because of what happened, they couldn't find one, so they're gone. Sydney, Team Bondi, gone. Unfortunately to say. They did a great job on the game.
Lest we forget.
Yeah.
Well, at least they'll be remembered. It's true.
They will.
Whether you live in, infamy or not, don't interrupt my sentences
Or try to finish them.
or try to finish them when I'm still saying them. At least they'll be remembered for a good game, and unfortunately also for the fact they didn't credit it properly.
And there's a company called Chrome, which don't really know much about, but all I know is they're gone as well.
Well,
And
on the short time that I've known them,
I believe they still have a Brisbane company, because they had to staff cut 100 people, and the Adelaide one's closed.
Shit.
So we're not doing too well.
not so far. I
No.
think we're doing pretty crap.
And Ratbag was doing pretty good. Yeah, they're actually quite popular overseas in America with their sprint cars.
Oh, yep, I was going to say,
Sprint car game.
sprint car racing.
It was a World of Outlaws sprint cars, which was a good game. I think it was not bad.
It was actually pretty cool. My brother played it a lot. I had a couple of goes at it, but yeah. What happened to them?
Yeah, well, you can take a wild guess. They closed too. And then when they closed, Chrome actually bought them out. So,
Okay, so that's sort of a bit of sweetening.
so some of the Ratbag developers, got transferred to Chrome. But now that it's completely gone because Chrome's gone in Adelaide altogether. So Ratbag and Chrome in Adelaide, gone. So all I know is,
Sad.
yeah,
It's very sad.
it's not good.
So we've got to back our independent developers to try and get the Australian name out there.
It almost sounds like the Americans and all the companies overseas are like, "Hey, Australians trying to make it big. Good luck. We're not going to help you."
It's monopoly. That's what it is.
Monopoly.
And you're like, I give up and throw the board at it.
I reckon it might be business structure. I reckon
Yeah.
what they're doing is great, but their business side of it's shit.
There is a lot of us Australian, like,
Not to mention, it's a
talking-
pretty established community and
yeah.
hard to get into.
Yeah, you'd have to do. You can't fuck up. It's a big no-no.
Yeah.
Especially the credits.
I
What
mean-
Team Bondi did was just stupid.
There's a lot of big names in game developing companies you can think of, and they're all overseas. It's very hard to sort of get into a community with places like that.
And I reckon you have to have a good business sense.
There are Australians with good business sense. It
Yeah.
just doesn't seem that they're in gaming.
Yeah, it just seems like they can make awesome games, but their business side just sucks.
Yeah. So if you're in business, get into gaming. They need you.
Yes. Really smart.
Well, there's a
business people.
lot of local indie places that really need to be picked up, and a few that are looking pretty promising.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll just have to see how that goes.
Yeah, and we got THQ Australia. They're gone too. So
I'm seeing a theme
They-
happening here.
these are major ones. These are big companies in Australia that are gone, and they actually closed down part of a restructuring and realignment plan by parent company THQ. So they pretty much shut them down because they want to.
They're more involved with movies, I thought.
THQ, no, they're video games.
You're thinking THX.
Oh.
Anyway,
Whatever that was.
The Moo Cow.
I know.
and THQ Australia, their games were pretty much movie tie-ins, and you know how that works out. Not good.
Depends what the movie does.
The general rule of thumb.
Yeah, I'm telling you, games made out of movies are shit.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to do a segment based on movie and game tie-ins. That's maybe something we should look a bit more into. Actually look at some
And
titles
then
that
it's
went
vice
well.
versa. Like you could, I don't know about you, but the Tomb Raider movies sucked.
Excuse you?
You know what I mean?
They were
Don't
alright.
swear at me.
I don't know.
They couldn't
to
have
me,
been.
they're
They
shit.
could have been better.
You leave Angelina out of this.
I don't have anything wrong with that. I'm
Yeah, we
just
have
saying the movie was crap.
We have 1 for, 1 against, and 1 on the fence.
Get off the fence, Darren.
Shut up. Make me. Come over here and make me.
That means I'm going to the other side.
But the games are good. The reboot's going to be good.
Oh, yeah.
But,
Okay.
well, I'm trying to think. There's been a few tie-ins. Batman game tie-ins are usually pretty terrible. It's actually the standalone Batman games that are the best ones. Superhero games, especially.
The ones that actually like based on like movie kind of things, or comic books together. But the one with their own storyline is good. It
Yeah.
has nothing to do with the movie.
Yeah, it's usually when they try to do the movie as a game.
Yeah,
that's when
that
they're usually pretty
sucks.
terrible.
And game developers should know this shit. Seriously.
It's
Don't
been
make
happening for a long time.
Know your shit and make a whole new storyline.
Alright, well, we've talked enough about Australian actors and developers, so now we're going to talk about actual Australian situation when it comes to video games.
Oh yay.
Oh,
another,
yeah.
another Australia fuck up.
Actually, it kind of was. I mean, how long have we been waiting for the R18,
Oh,
you know, the
I
ability
lost
to bring out
count.
R18 games?
lost count.
Yeah. It's just taking too long. We've been behind for a while, behind the 8 ball. But we're getting there.
And Americans and all the other world is just laughing at us.
Yeah.
Let them laugh. Think I care.
Sure.
I should care?
Yeah.
About Americans?
No, I'm just saying Americans and the rest of the world kind of
I-
laughing at us.
I do not. I feel for Australia in general that people are laughing at us, but we have to shrug it off and just soldier on.
Blow up the government.
No, blow up City Hall.
Get an actual prime minister who's an actual video game gamer.
Oh, now you're
I
just,
would
you're pushing
vote
it.
for them.
You're
I
pushing
would
it
vote
there.
for him as
If
well.
I saw a Prime Minister playing a video game but actually playing it
And I'll be
properly and
like,
doing
that
well,
guy is legendary.
I'll be backing that guy.
Diamond in the rough there.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
It probably never happened.
So anyway, doing my research on R18, I had to look up a bit of backstory, you know, I had to double check. I didn't want to just speak from word of mouth. But
Yes, sir.
I found an actual page. It just says R18 plus in Australia. And this is pretty much what it had to say. With the classification of Australia's first R18 plus video game, the purpose of R18games.com has been served. It's time to turn our attention to other pressing classification issues, such as the outrageous cost of classification, that prevents independent Australian game developers from finding success in their home country. So that sort of touches back to what you were talking about there, Grosky. Or the fact that you can buy unclassified games through legal channels such as Steam or the Apple App Store with no restrictions or oversight. That one, I don't agree with as much. I think there should more likely be a warning when you're buying an R18, but I don't think it should be restricted. Because when you buy a Steam, you sort of know what you're getting into.
It usually has the
Well,
rating
I'm an
on it.
adult. I know exactly what I'm getting into.
And it goes on to thank and mention some of the people who helped and emailed. Because there was a lot of petitions going around. I don't know if you guys remember a couple of years back now. All those times we went into the game stores and they're handing out, please sign up R18 petitions.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Probably,
How long ago do you
probably
think that
every
was?
time a game got taken off our shelves.
How long ago do you think that was? The last
I don't
time?
know, 5 years?
No,
Not quite.
I would say about
3.
end of almost last 2 years ago.
It would have been since about 2008, 2009 when that started.
What? Shit.
Yeah,
Time flies.
exactly. So, there was in fact, this is going back to the whole R18 thing, before it actually changed, there was in fact a line in the national legislation that said, adults should be able to read, hear, and see what they want.
Ah,
So it should have already been in place. However, the R18 was not implemented until the 1st of January this year, 2013. This
That's a long
was
time.
this was because of a few people on the board, mainly because of one Michael Atkinson.
Oh, that dickhead.
Yeah, some of us remember him.
Be nice.
Who was
Oh,
a continuous
It won't
opponent
be nice to someone who
against him.
hates video gamers and video games in general.
Okay.
I can
you've got a
understand people.
point.
I can understand people wanting to be protective of R18, but he seemed to take it really personal.
Oh, absolutely. He thought
So
He
Vendetta.
made it a vendetta.
he
against
thought
gamers.
he thought like anyone that plays video games is a serial killer or
Yeah,
just a mental case.
I did jump on a lot of turtles for no reason.
And I bet that guy played a game himself.
and didn't like it.
He
was
it was a
continuous-
traumatic experience. That's why he's going on this vendetta.
So he was a continuous opponent against it. He actively blocked the release of any discussion papers until his retirement in 2010.
That's
so
when we
that's
laughed.
why it's
That's
taken
what-
so long.
I actually laughed when I heard that. I was like, yes, finally!
Because they couldn't even discuss changing it until he retired in 2010.
Because he was an asshole.
Because it was taking it very personal. In fact, here's a little bit of information. A political party was formed in protest called Gamers for Croydon, and they contested several seats and ended up removing him in 2010.
Yahoo!
So we have them to thank.
Forcefully.
We have them to thank for that.
Frog stomped.
Frog stopped.
You know what that is?
Yeah. In July 2011, the rating was announced, but due to delays, it has only just been finalised.
Legislation.
So let's say we've been waiting for this for, 5 years, and it's taken 2 full years to actually get it active.
It's a joke.
It is pretty ridiculous. That's how
Paper
behind
trail,
we are.
that's what it is. Too much red tape.
But our first R18 game that's going to be launched here in Australia is, in fact, for the Wii U.
Ah, yes.
I was kind of surprised about when I read. It's Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge.
Which I told you ages ago.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
However,
That's what he wanted.
the second game has been announced, and it's called Spartacus Legends, which is apparently, it looks pretty interesting. Is this a
Sounds interesting.
Does it actually
it's
look
an
violent?
online? Yes, it does.
Okay, that's good.
It's an online fighting game. It's very gory and just
PvP.
continuously bashing and breaking bones. There was actually a scene in the trailer that I saw where he broke a guy's leg and you could see it sticking out of the weird angle.
It's a hairline fracture.
No, that's more than a hairline fracture. That's a break.
That's when it comes out of the skin.
No. That's when the whole leg changes direction. But Razor's Edge has already been released overseas, but we won't be getting it until later this year. Because it was only announced 11 days before they decided they were going to bring it out.
I heard they're not going to release previously banned games.
Which
What?
pisses me off.
So we didn't get Mortal Kombat, the new one. And
Yeah.
we'll probably never ever get to see it.
Probably not. So we're slowly catching up, but we're still missed out on some of the best games. Like, I don't think it's the gore that I really wanted the R18 for, it's the real impacting stuff.
Storyline stuff.
Because a lot of games we got were nuded.
Yeah.
Like, let's not talk about Left 4 Dead 2
Okay.
and how badly nuded that was here.
We won't talk about it.
Not to mention Aliens vs. Predator,
Oh,
which was also very nuded.
it's like a kiddie film after that.
Pretty much.
Way to destroy the freaking video game industry, Australia. Well done.
So, yeah,
Or should I say
we should stop getting nuded games. I don't think, the over-the-top violence is really what we're looking for, but it'll be good to just get games as they were intended.
Really, I don't think it should be up to the
Oh.
legislation of government. It should be up to the parents to see what the kids see, and then the people who are old enough to make their own decisions can make
Yeah.
their decisions.
Alright.
Are we done with that?
So that pretty much covers our Australian segments, I guess.
Tribute! This was just a tribute to Australia.
And the bottom line is we've got some great voice actors. Our gaming companies really need help, and we're slowly getting uptake on the R18.
Sounds like we're
Slowly.
50 years behind everyone else.
Pretty much. Let's hope that changes this year.
Can only hope.
Alright. Well, being that it is still January, we should talk about the year to come.
Yay!
Uh-huh.
So,
I agree with Grotsky.
No, it's going to be great.
I
I'm
concur.
looking forward to it.
I reckon there's going to be a
Massive games.
few good games coming out that I'm kind of looking forward to.
I reckon the games that are coming out are breathtakingly beautiful. Just saying. The graphics on some of the games that are coming out, just, oh god.
They make your eyes melt.
They make you want to go, or something like that.
No, they don't make me want to dance.
No?
I just want to play them.
Yes. Like you should.
Like you should.
So, what are the big games that are coming out?
There are a lot of big games, a lot of just... Actually, considering it's only the first month of the year, there's a lot of games that have been announced coming out. But we've narrowed it down to games that... The more interesting titles most people will probably have heard of. Shall I read the list?
Yes, you shall.
Yeah, hurry the fuck up.
Fucking hell.
No pressure. Jeez. Okay, so the games announced so far this year, we have Fire Emblem on the DS.
Never heard of it.
What? Has it got Marth in it?
I don't know. I'm going to have to actually look into that one.
Roy?
It looks good, though.
I like Roy.
I have seen the trailer for it. It looks good.
So does GTA 5.
Yes.
We'll get to you.
I don't know, you keep saying that.
Dead Space 3 is coming out this year. Very soon, actually.
Yes.
Looks
I like Dead Space.
Dead Space is awesome. It makes me think of the old Doom.
Oh,
Classic
Dead
Doom.
Space 2 and the big freaking...
I never finished number 2. But I've rebought it recently. Actually, no, I never owned it, so I bought it recently, I should say. And I'm determined to play it.
Should.
There's Aliens Colonial Marines.
What's
Which is-
that based on?
The Aliens movies.
Just the movies in general?
Not the movies, the franchise.
Cool.
It's based on the Aliens franchise. So like Aliens versus Predator, but finally, specifically about aliens playing as the humans.
Ah,
It looks pretty impressive.
excited.
Then there's Crisis 3. Speaking of beautiful games,
Oh, yes.
one of the ones pushing the bar for graphics constantly. We've got Metal Gear Rising Revengeance.
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear's a pretty good series, but this
There's
one...
no Snake?
Snake is not in it, no. Well, I don't know if he's not going to be in it, but you play as Raiden.
But
Which one's this?
I wouldn't
Cycle
know.
Raiden.
I don't know where
Metal
to
Gear
go.
Revengeance.
I wouldn't know where to go if you weren't snake creeping in the grass. Solid snake, that is.
It looks good.
I have a
It's
snake,
not a
I don't
tactical-
want to know how long it is.
You had to go there.
Oh, come on.
Continue.
It looks good. It's not...
It's not what?
It's not a tactical espionage action game like the other ones. It looks like a more hack and slash,
So no
but it's very...
sneaking.
Oh, there might be sneaking sections in it. This is just from what I've seen.
Okay.
It's very accurate, should say, is probably the best word. Where everything you cut, exactly where you cut it, that's where it will fall apart.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that.
Have to see what engine that's running on.
That'll be the
Rage.
Fox engine.
Yeah.
Because Kojima usually...
It won't be Rage. Just joking.
Kojima usually uses their own engine,
Okay.
so I'll check that. We have Castlevania Laws of Shadow, Mirror of Fate, longest title ever.
I think could have had more words in it.
That's actually coming out on the DS, and it is based after the Castlevania Laws of Shadow, obviously. That was on PS3. I really enjoyed that game.
Glad
And
there's one
I
of us.
want to see how that goes. Of course, we've got Tomb Raider,
Yeah.
which rebooted the franchise, which looks fantastic.
It
And I
is
think we're all looking forward to playing that.
exciting. Like, I personally grew up watching my father, because it was his PlayStation to start with. Watched him play pretty much the whole series through, and it used to be fun to watch him. Sometimes infuriating to play the Tomb Raider games, but fun to watch most of the time. But watching this new, I watched the
Behind the scenes.
hours before
Oh, that's right.
Tomb Raider, and it was just really informative and looks awesome and exciting, and I cannot wait to play that game. When does it come out?
It's coming out
This year.
this year.
Thank God for that.
I don't know, late February, early March.
Sick.
So it's not that far away, which I pre-ordered, and we will play.
I can't wait till Daryl gets that game.
Next on the list is The Last of Us, which we mentioned on our last episode.
Oh yeah.
Also looks fantastic.
Yes, it does. I can't. It looks great. No, it looks actually fantastic, and I can't wait for that.
Cool.
Because
I can't wait till Daryl gets that game too.
Jesus, you just sound so cheap.
You have no
I can't
idea.
wait for Daryl to get it. I can't wait for Daryl to get it.
You have no idea how cheap I am.
I can't wait to kick Daryl off it so I can play it.
That's what I do. No, I wait till he gets a new game, and I borrow that one.
Alright.
What else we got in that list there, DJ?
God of War Ascension.
Ooh.
The prequel.
Prequel?
Isn't it a prequel, Kristen?
What's that?
God of War. Are you listening at all?
Are you here?
Are you here?
You look over there.
Actually, I'm not 100% sure.
We should check that out.
It
Yes,
does
we should
include.
check that out.
It does include multiplayer though, so that's a whole new feature.
See how they do with
And-
that.
I'm kind of looking forward to that one.
Like,
I didn't really
New-
get stuck
new-
into the original series that
new
much.
people to... I know that Tomb Raider also has a multiplayer, which looks very exciting. Mass Effect 3 had their first go at multiplayer, and that was good.
Probably more fun than the campaign was.
We're not going to say that, but yes, it was. So we'll see how they go with
Yeah.
their first crack at
It could be good. It could
multiplayer.
be a failure.
I personally wouldn't think that the gameplay would hold up to a multiplayer sort of scenario.
Don't know. Trailer looked interesting, like gladiator battles.
Oh,
Could be good.
well, thumbs up.
Then we've got the next one coming out is a big one for the PC gamers, which is StarCraft 2: Heart of the Swarm, next expansion, which a lot of people know are hanging out for.
I know what StarCraft is.
Okay.
I promise.
Anyway, moving on. Gears of War Judgment, which I think they really should have ended after 3, or at least done a sequel rather before they did a prequel. Bioshock Infinite.
That's one.
That is definitely one way.
That is on the list. I
To
cannot
be-
wait till Daryl gets that game.
To be honest with you, I
No.
didn't like the originals.
No?
I didn't get into it.
No?
I don't know what. It was a great game. I don't know. It just didn't. I didn't get into it. I don't know if it was.
Just you.
Yeah, it's just me.
Might have been just you.
I think it's more about the atmosphere.
As much as I wanted to play it and play it hard as I did, I just couldn't get into it. Could be many other factors in it that I. Yeah. Anyway.
Cool. Well, I was going to say that I'm really looking forward to this, and finally having a chance to get into the game, considering somebody ruined the first two for me. I've only recently just started playing them again.
Don't look at me.
When somebody... No, it wasn't you.
I didn't, actually, but now I am.
When there's a game you're looking forward to, I've been a big fan of the sort of genre, of the steampunk genre. The game you're looking forward to comes out,
That's probably why I didn't get into it.
and somebody plays the end while you were there, before you've even played it yourself. I didn't really want to play it. So it's not until I kind of forgot what was going on that I decided I would actually pick it up and play it properly. That and the third one just looks fantastic, and is a standalone.
Well, whoever that guy ruined it for you, make sure he doesn't ruin it for you again.
Yes.
Or then you can just get a gun and...
Yeah, time to go. You're the weakest link.
So another one coming out is Injustice: Gods Among Us.
Blue link, isn't it?
Have you guys heard of that one?
Which one?
Injustice: Gods Among Us.
Injustice.
No, next.
Which world are we talking?
This is a DC Universe game.
DC Universe. What
So,
sort of
a
game
proper
is this?
fighting game.
Fighting game?
Yeah.
Like one-on-one?
And it's actually made by Mortal Kombat crew. Who's made Mortal Kombat?
Used to be Midway, but
Might
they
be
got
Midway.
bought out.
Yeah, they're
I
actually
can't bloody
making a
remember.
proper... To do with the new release of all, like, the re-release of the reboot of the comic series, actually. But that does look pretty interesting. I'm actually kind of looking forward to that. It's been a while since I played a good fighter.
Yeah, me too. Since we don't get Mortal Kombat.
Since Tekken was good.
Hint, hint.
Oh, and I fucking hate fighting games.
Why, because you lose?
No, to the fact that I just don't like them.
No, okay.
I do like them. Wait,
think
I
we've
do like
touched-
them. It's
He
just
hates
something
when he
about
loses.
them that really pisses me
The
off.
losing.
No, like, I win. I still get shitty.
Yeah, that's true.
I still win, and I'll be like, "You fucking cheated! You let me win." You know, I really get angry. It's just my heart races.
Even when we didn't.
I broke so many controllers in fighting games. I lost count.
So we
Sony
don't play
thanks
many fighting
you
games.
for breaking control.
Hey, you know what would be great? I'll be a great controller tester. They can give me a game to play, any fighting game, and I'll test their controllers for them.
See
I'll
how it
just get
lasts.
so shitty. I'll just throw I'll throw it at people. I don't care. Just don't get in my way. Seriously.
Big aspirations in life. Alrighty.
Next
Yeah, we
time I'll
have
break
some,
one.
There's a few games coming out that have been unscheduled.
Like,
Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2.
that wouldn't be on DS though.
No, that's the actual proper sequel.
Yep.
PS3, I'm assuming. Will be on Xbox as well. Beyond Two Souls.
Yeah,
looks
I'm looking.
fantastic.
Guys
that trailer just like blew my mind.
Guys that did Heavy Rain.
Yeah, that
For
looks
the
really
people
good.
that don't know.
Yeah, they actually got Ellen Page to do the voice acting and like the motion capture of the main character.
Obviously, being a Hollywood actress.
Yeah.
The other ones mentioned is there's an Elder Scrolls Online game supposedly coming out this year. So all the Skyrim fans will be rejoicing. Rejoice! Online! Now we can put in more than 300 hours.
Yay!
Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh, hey! Sorry about the delay there. I wasn't really listening, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yes. And Star Wars 1313, which also looks really good.
Awesome. A few quick things on the news. On the website soon, we've got Video Game High School.
They need the funds, so they got a Kickstarter going.
Yes.
They want it was over 600,000, I think it was. That's how much the first one cost to make.
And if you really enjoyed the first season, as we did,
Yes.
you should definitely get on to pledging.
Yep.
Put in some money in.
Pledge some money and you get some awesome shit. One of them, it's already gone. There was only one available, but I think it was like $5,000 or something. And the guy that created it, Freddie Wong, he goes anywhere around the world just to bring some donuts to your house so you can eat them with you. How good is that?
That's pretty awesome.
Freaking love donuts.
Yeah, but it's, yeah, definitely in the works. So definitely want to do it.
Yeah, that would be
Very exciting.
awesome. Like, the first season was great.
Awesome.
I'm really hanging out for a second.
Yeah, buy it on Blu-ray. I got it on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Good.
Or pledge money. Buy it or pledge money. One or the other.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff you can get with it. So check it out.
So yeah, that pretty much covers the episode, I guess.
We would like to have a lot more feedback from you guys. So anything you have to add to our podcasts or website or Facebook page, just send us a pigeon or a crow,
Area pigeon.
a raven with a message on it. Nevermore. Or
Not
just,
the band either.
or just no, never.
Never more.
Or just write on our Facebook page or send us an email. Don't forget to go to GawGamers.com.
Like us, subscribe us
us.
to YouTube, whatever. Same thing.
YouTube channel, Facebook, Twitter, get on that. See ya.
Ta-da!
Good enough.
Alright.
Good enough.